Namaste. My name is Grace Jolicoeur. In this class, we are focusing on stretching out the hips. Come sitting tall, shoulders rolled down and back. Close your eyes and begin to focus on your breath. Feel the muscles in your face, in your belly, in your thighs become heavy, soft, free from any tensions. Bring the hands together to the heart to open the space with 3 ohms. Inhale. Om. Om. Bring your left hand over the heart and the right hand on top, chanting So Hum out loud together. Inhale. So hum, so hum. 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 Inhale deeply. Suspend your breath in. Focus your gaze at the center of your own forehead with the eyes closed. And exhale completely, bringing the hands down to the knees. Uncross your legs, bringing both knees up, feet in front of you, hands behind the back to windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Have the top of one knee touch lightly the bottom of the other foot for correct alignment. As you switch side to side, feel yourself softening through the hip creases. Your motion creating mobility and lubrication through the hip joint. Come sitting onto the left hip. Bring your hands to the left side, twisting the spine. Then come down onto your forearms. Breathing into the hips. If you'd like, you can reach your right arm long, lowering your head down. Feel the extension of your right arm, creating the stretch through the whole side of the body down to the hip. And guide yourself back to the elbows, up to the hands, and switch the hands to the other side for a gentle counter twist. Come back to center and windshield the knees to the other side, this time sitting into the right hip. Twisting, hands on the right side, coming down to the forearms. And when you're ready, you can extend your left arm nice and long, lowering the head down. The extension of your left arm, creating the long stretch from the armpit through the side down to the hip. And guide yourself back to the forearms, back to the hands, stepping the hands across for your gentle counter twist. Come back to center. Bringing both feet together in front of you, wrap the fingers around the toes. Lifting the knees up and lowering them down very slowly. We're doing a large movement, but a slow one to start. With your eyes closed, feel into the hip joint. Feel the movement happening. And send your breath there. Now let your knees lower down and begin to move them very fast, but in a very small range of motion, like you're giving a little pulsing massage into the joint. Close your eyes and be very present to what it feels like. And lower the knees down. Choose if you want your feet really far, midway, or nice and close to the hips. Lengthen your spine tall. Exhale as if to place your navel in between your feet. Lower yourself down. With your eyes closed, send the breath like waves to soften and cleanse through your hips. If you'd like, you can try reaching your arms out to the sides, letting the weight of your torso come down, or extend your arms long in front of you. Inhale yourself back up to sitting. Hands come underneath the thighs. Lift your knees up. Wrap your arms around the shins, lowering your forehead down. The hips, the pelvis. Hold sensitive, powerful information. After stretching, we draw them back in to compress and feel secure. Inhale, lift your head back up. Come up onto your hands and knees, beginning our hip rotations. Weight into the left knee, bring your right knee up towards your elbow, lift the knee up toward the ceiling, then lower it down, bring it back toward the elbow. You're making a large circle with the knee. Feel into the hip, softening, creating fluid mobility. You can connect your breath to the movement by inhaling as you lift the knee up, exhaling as you lower the knee down with control. Keep both hands pressed into the floor. And reverse your movement. Bring the knee back, up, around, down toward the elbow, then bring it back, up, around, down toward the elbow. Explore the movement. Remain stable in every other limb. Breathing. While we're softening into the hip, this does take a little bit of work, so allow yourself to exert. Your muscles may become a little tired. And lower your right knee down, weight in both the knees. Begin to swivel side to side. Hips go to the right, head goes to the left. Hips go to the left, head goes to the right. Bring your hips far enough to the side that you can feel a little bit of relief from any compression you created in the hip stretch. Come back to center, weight now in the right knee. Lift the left knee toward the elbow, up, down, and back toward the elbow. Connecting your breath to the movement by inhaling as you lift the knee up, exhaling as you circle the knee back, down, and around. Fingers spread wide, keep a solid base. Use your core. And switch directions. Lift the knee up, around, down toward the elbow, back, up, around, and down toward the elbow. Imagine the hip socket circulating, softening, becoming clear and easy. Lower both knees down. Bring your big toes together behind you. Exhale your hips down to your heels, arms stretched long. Making 2 Brahmari breaths here. Inhale. Inhale yourself back up to a table. Inhale, reach your right leg up. Exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Let your hips come low. You may have to bring your back leg a little farther back. Once you stabilize, bring your hands to the front of your thigh. Or inhale, reach your arms up, pairing your ears to your elbows. Then lift your heart up, Chatakasana. Breathing. And lower your hands down. Now we step the right foot to the outside of both of the hands. Keep the hands underneath each shoulder. Turn the right foot on its side and allow the knee to open. Lizard pose. Keep lifting the heart. A kind and confident posture as you sink into the hips. If you'd like, you can come down onto your forearms. Adjust the knee as needed, giving yourself time to sink in. Come back up onto your hands. Lift your knee back up. Press the foot to the ground. Inhale, lift the right leg back up, and exhale the knee to the floor. Begin to swivel the hips and the head from side to side, same as we did before. Come back to center. This time, inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, place the left leg in between the hands, lowering the hips down. Your knee is relatively above the front ankle. Stabilize, then bring the hands to the front thigh. Do the same variation you did on the other side. Stay here or lift the arms up. Lift the heart, both hands in Jnana Mudra, uplifting. Breathing. And exhale, bring your hands down, stepping your left foot to the outside of both your hands. Fingers spread wide, hands under the shoulders. Comfortable and confident. Turn your left foot on its side and open your knee out. Let the hips sink down. Soft face. Tune into the sensations in your pelvis, in your thighs. Feel the stability of your posture, making you feel safe enough to soften even more. Maybe you come down onto your forearms. Close your eyes and breathe. You can come back up with your hands on the floor. Step your left foot back, lifting it up. Exhale, both knees to the floor. Tuck your toes. Exhale, lift the hips up, Parvatasana. Ears in line with the elbows. Press your knees back. Keep lifting the hips. Now bend your knees, look to your hands, step your feet forward to meet the hands. Holding opposite elbows for your first forward fold, gently swaying from side to side. Allow your weight to lengthen the spine. Open your low back. Feel the enjoyment of this stretch. Now come center, release the hold that you have with your hands, bringing your hands to the floor. Step your feet back into Parvatasana again, preparing for our first standing posture. Inhale the right foot forward, left heel comes to the ground. Windmill your arms up. Let your right hip sink down and begin to tip your torso. Bring your right hand down towards your right shin. Draw your left shoulder back so that your shoulders are stacked. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Imagine your body in one plane, your hip and your shoulders in one line. The goal is not to reach the foot on the floor. We stay in alignment, and slowly we may have our bottom hand sink lower and lower. If you'd like to hold your toe, you can. Breathing. Inhale yourself all the way back up to standing. Hands come to the waist. Bend your knees, sinking the hips until they are parallel to the floor. If you can, turn your toes a little bit out to the sides. With the hands on your thighs, sink the right shoulder down, twisting. Then come center, sink the left shoulder down, twisting. Inhale, center. Exhale, sink the right shoulder, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, sink the left shoulder and twist. Come center and lower your heart forward until your torso is at parallel, facing the ground, pressing through the feet, shoulders open, heart open. Inhale your torso back up, come up to standing, switch your left toes out to the side, arms extended, lower the left hip, Trikonasana on the other side. Find the alignment of your right shoulder pulled back in space, shoulders stacked. And once you find that alignment, your face toward the sky, you can have your left arm come a little bit lower and maybe even holding on to your toe. Soften your face. Keep drawing the upper shoulder back. Breathing. Press through the feet. Inhale yourself back up. Switch your toes, right toes forward. Exhale, windmill the hands down to the floor. Step the right foot back into Parvatasana, mountain pose. Take a deep breath here. Lower your knees down to the floor. Begin to open your knees out to the side, sinking the hips down into frog pose. Keep your hands firmly placed on the ground, relatively underneath the shoulders, so that your body feels stable for you to explore how much you sink into the hips, softening the thighs. Notice that your hip is in line with your knee, rather than sinking back or forward. If you'd like, you can come down with your forearms on the floor. Breathe into your hips. Allow the duration of this stretch to open and soften and release. Now slowly extend your legs as you sink forward onto your belly. Hands come a little bit out to the side, then press through the hands, lift your heart up. Exhale, lower your heart back down, hands to the floor, lift yourself up to table. Inhale, reach your right leg up. Exhale, bring your right knee forward, shin coming to parallel or at a slight angle. Bring your left leg back. Check your alignment so that both hip bones are pointing forward. Begin to sink the hips down. Only go as far down as you can while keeping both hip bones pointing forward. Use the hands to help stabilize. Lift the heart up, gentle back bend. And exhale, lower your navel forward. Head comes to the floor. Breathing. If you need to, please continue to stay with your hands on the ground, torso up, stabilizing yourself as you stretch. If this is already open to your body, then sink in deeply. Inhale, come back up, lifting the heart, gentle back bend. Exhale, both hands to the floor, bend your knee. Inhale, lift the right leg up again, and exhale the knee down to the floor. Weight into the right knee, inhale the left leg up. Exhale, bring the left knee forward, bring the right leg back. Find the same alignment of your leg as you did on the other side. Both hip bones pointing forward. Lift the heart up, gentle back bend. Exhale, lower your navel down, forehead to the floor. Again, if it's best for you to remain upright, then please do so. Use your hands or fists on the ground to keep support. Breathing. Softening through the hip creases. Inhale your torso all the way back up, lifting gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to the floor, bend your knee. Inhale, lift your left leg up, and exhale the knee to the ground. Cross your ankles, lower your hips back. Bring your feet in front of you with the knees up. Hands behind your thighs, roll yourself down onto your back. Here we begin to lift the hips and lower them using our honeybee Brahmari breath. Connect to the hips. On the inhale, tuck the tailbone, lift the hips up, slightly roll the shoulders under, exhaling down with Brahmari. Allow the hips to remain down. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Lift your legs up toward the ceiling, flexing your feet. Bend your knees down towards your armpits. Hold on to either your shins, your foot from the outside, or onto your big toes. Find your position, open your elbows to the side, and begin to draw your feet down, knees coming down toward the armpits, outside of the rib cage, keeping your feet flat toward the ceiling the whole time. Happy baby pose. Be soft, gentle, and opening. can slowly extend your legs back up toward the ceiling and draw your knees into your chest. Extend your left leg out, hold your right knee with your left hand, right arm straight out to the side. Draw your right knee over the midline of your body, knee toward the floor. Turn your head to look out toward your right extended arm. Breathing. And draw your knee back into your chest. Lower the right leg down, draw the left knee in. Hold the knee with your right hand, left arm out to the side. Bring your left knee over the midline toward the floor. Look out toward your left extended arm. Twisting and breathing. Soft face. Easy breath. Guide yourself back toward center, both knees into the chest this time. Wrap your arms around your shins. Begin to rock side to side, turning your head the opposite way as your knees. Feel this release between the low back and the neck. Guide yourself back center. Exhale, lower your legs, lower your arms, palms up by your sides. Allow yourself to become heavy, making 3 sounds out loud together: ah, oo, and e. Inhale for ah. Inhale for oo. Inhale for E. Let go. Deepen your breath. Sense the space around you. Move your fingers and toes, slightly turning your head from side to side. Draw your knees into your chest, reach your right arm up above you, and roll to your right side. Retaining your sensitivity even as you ground, use your hands on the floor to guide yourself back up to sitting. Legs crossed, pointer finger and thumb touching in Jnana Mudra. With your eyes closed, gaze up and in toward the center of your own forehead. Observe the movement of your breath in and out through your nose. Continue in this way. Nothing else to do. Deepen your breath. Become aware of yourself sitting tall in your space. Preparing for the Akhanda mantra and then 1 Om and 3 Shantis together. Bring the hands together at the heart, a symbol of balance. Om Akhanda Mandalayakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatparam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And with a bow, Namaste. Thank you for joining me in this hip opening class. Have a beautiful time, and I'll see you soon.